Apparently, my daughter has gifts for me in Terraria. So, I am going to collect some gifts for Father's Day. Awesome. I'm just waiting for her to join. I haven't done much as far as anything goes. No really building or anything like that since my last video. I've been kind of lazy on Terraria due to playing some other games. Ooh. But our armory is still pretty epic. I just have to throw that out there. I worked hard on it. We're getting there. Almost every piece, every set of gear in Terraria is shown here. Most of the epic weapons. The Christmas event weapon. The Halloween event. The Terra Blade. Some of the weapons we have on display. Gear wise, here's the top gear that we use, which this is the gear that I'm using, which is the dragon gear. My daughter, as a wizard, uses this gear, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the spectral gear. And this is the Shermite gear, used by my son, the other person that plays in these videos with us. As far as weapon wise, there is melee, which I'm a melee character, the Flareon. We have not collected another weapon yet, which is why this open spot here. He uses mainly the sniper rifle, which is a drop out of the hard mode dungeon. We have not collected an extra one yet. And my daughter here, which uses the Razor Typhoon, I believe is what it's called. And here is our homemade mushroom biome, which is where we go to collect all of our truffle worms. And if you don't know what truffle worms are, they are what's used to spawn the hardest boss in the game, which is Duke Flareon. We created this just for farming. There's a little worm right there, which is not a truffle worm. We are currently not in need of any truffle worms, but I can show you what they look like if you don't know. You just kind of hang out, and in order to get a truffle worm, you need to go into a mushroom biome that's underground, And kill all the ads. And they will, there is a truffle worm right there. Oh, he ran away. But, and you will need a bug net in order to catch one. It's not too terribly bad. Like I said, we created this area just for truffle worms. Because they can be pretty hard to get if you have a world that doesn't have very much mushroom biomes. And my daughter is supposed to be getting on to give me gifts, but she's not showing up. So I will continue to show you around. All of these are through the electronics that you run. I've used block doors rather than regular doors because I can close them off so no enemies can get through. Here's our treasure room. Which is, of course, filled with treasure chests. And all kinds of good stuff. As you can see, we have ignits, ores, and everything, blocks of every type that you could imagine that we have farmed for. Here's our workshop that we do and craft everything that is imaginable that you can craft so far. Each one of these, if you're new to Terraria, each one of these has a different purpose. Every one of these machines takes a little bit to get. You have to craft every one of them. Once you craft them, then you will be able to craft the items that you need to craft. This one, it needs a little bit of work, but this is our basically zoo where we have every encased animal that you can get. Although the update allowed us to get more, we have not gone and got them yet. So that is something for us to work on. This is our home for NPCs, which we have all our NPCs living. You can buy different stuff from each NPC. And each NPC offers their own little thing that you can buy from them. This would be my daughter's house with her little pool on top, which I think looks like a wine glass. But this is our swimming pool. Works out nice, looks nice. And over here is my room. which is pretty empty right now because I used to have all of the trophies for every boss in here, but I've moved them down to the trophy room. And here is my son's house, which is pretty slimy. It is completely made out of all slime. And now I am waiting for my daughter to log in, and in the meantime I might as well fight something. So I will try to attempt fighting Duke Fishron, which is one of the hardest bosses in the game. And why not take him on? In order to have him summon, you gotta have a fishing pole, and you must have truffle worms, which I explained earlier, and you use truffle worms for bait. And with the Duke Fishron, it is not a standstill battle. If you have, which is why we created this little here stretch of arena, you have to kite him back and forth. You cannot stand still. If you want to beat Duke Fishron, you need an open area. Which is why I keep kiting him back and forth, as you see. And there you go. That is one of the hardest bosses in the game. Other than the events. Now the events are totally different. Now I will show you Golem, which is normally fought in the temple, but if you get the item from Plantera, you get the item from you get the item from Golem. It's called the Pixel. You will be able to farm and, well, you'll be able to mine the actual altar that summons Golem, and you'll be able to bring it out into the real world and put it wherever you want. Which is how I can summon Golem here. And it makes it a lot easier fighting Golem out in an open area rather than trying to fight him in the temple. And there you go. There is the downfall of Golem. In order for me to fight any more bosses, it would have to be night. And it is only 12:13. Now, most of all this, I could show you more into the dungeon. I think I'll leave that for another video. And it does not seem like my daughter is getting back on. Although she told me to get on for gifts. Now I'm sad. I get no gifts. Which I know one of the gifts is with the latest DLC, you got capes. I know she has some of the epic capes that I do not have. And let me just deposit some of this stuff that I have gotten, which a lot of it, like there is the Razor Blade Typhoon. That's one of the, oh, stupid bird. That is one of the highest magic and one of the best magic weapons in the game. Is this right here, the Razor Blade Typhoon. The Stinger, which drops from Golem, is not very good. You wouldn't normally use that. And we did actually gain one of the trophies from the Pumpkin, which was in my inventory right here. This trophy, and that will be our next build that we do here. We're gonna build a shrine to put that in, because that is one of the hardest trophies to get in the game. It's above all the bosses. You have to actually complete an event in order to get that. And we didn't complete the event. We got to the last round and we ran out of time, so we did not actually complete it, but we were close enough in order to get the trophy, so I can't complain about it. We came a long way. And I think that'll be about it for this broadcast, and I will see you later. Bye.